Initially invest a lot in the best practices and then develop quickly without any problems. So big code base, so strong, established traditions. I thought the transformation would be harder and much slower. The sooner you implement these techniques, the less you have to spend on all sorts of bug fixings on the negativity related to platforms. Before consulting, you give team member a task and they tell you that it's so difficult, almost unreal, we can do it. During these 3 months, we did as much as 1 year before. The most important effect of high-quality IT consulting is changing the team's culture and mindset. Any changes are always challengeable for the team, and it is very important to implement changes on the project in such a way so that you can retain valuable specialists and help the team pass the transformation stage without losses and stress. This is a challenging and strategically complicated goal that shows the real effectiveness of the consultant's work and brings excellent results. I had the feeling that we were doing something wrong. We were going in the wrong direction. We were spending a lot of time on manual testing. Developers were doing testing. We made a release, then it took us 2 months to fix bugs and we got customers' complaints. I mean, it was obvious, very clear that something should be changed. And the whole team clearly understood it the last 2 years, give or take. So we decided to try. And 3 months later, I remember October, November, December, we had our first release after the consultant's start. We had as much done in 3 months as we had done the year before that. Next, when the whole team saw the real result a few months later, there wasn't even such a question, why should we do this? So if you have just started your business or faced the problems at an early stage, the sooner you implement these techniques, the less you have to spend on all sorts of bug fixing, on the negativity related to problems. Yes, it is obvious. When I saw that in 3 months we created 4 times as many features as we did in the year before, there was no longer any question of efficiency. There were some really serious technological breakthroughs on this project. In general, what's most impressive is that the current engineering team is already driving the process and it's visible. They're coming up with new ideas on their own. But what's most important is that there's a steady work with technical debt on the project. And there is control over quality, over stability of the project core. And in principle, now there aren't tasks like you give people a task and they tell you that it's very complicated and it's almost unreal, we won't do it. Now we can see that in principle, some big serious tasks are solved and it doesn't take years. Solving them may take months, maybe half a year. The team gains values, gets rid of learned helplessness. Each specialist becomes a carrier of ideas to help to develop the business. As a result of consulting, the founder in the name of the team acquires like-minded people who, like him, are interested in making the product better, believe in the product's success, and are ready for new achievements and challenges. In the future, such a team is able to achieve excellent results and independently conquer new heights without outside help. I think this year we'll have about 1.5 to 2 times bigger revenue and financial indicators. And you know, it is a mistake, a standard mistake of all startup founders, businessmen. They want a quick result. Everyone wants to report to investors as quickly as possible. You need to enter the market faster. But at some point in time, once the company has reached more or less serious level, you realize that you should think and plan 5 or 10 years ahead. And you think about what should have been done in the very beginning. It's clear. Initially invest a lot in the best practices and then develop quickly without any problems. And in principle, the most important thing I see now is to prevent downgrading, deterioration, and the existing processes. Not to let the team become dizzy with success. Like we got relaxed, we did it, we're doing well. It's needed to be very focused and consciously analyze or maybe reconsider where we should go now, what the business goal is and how to balance the team. And now, in principle, they are already solving such real-world problems as hiring and creating new departments. In general, all consulting tasks have been solved. If we look at the beginning of cooperation, well, I can say I was actually more pessimistic about this particular project. Because of a very large code base, very long, established traditions, it seemed to me that it would be harder, much slower. In general, I was surprised at how the team, the company's management, and the founder picked up on the new trend. That is, in principle, everything was already formed. And I could say that the existing pains of the business had already been experienced many times, so everything was quite clear. In general, I can only wish I or any IT consultant faced a project like this. When everyone is ready, when there are no roadblocks, and when you can move forward in principle, so I'm happy with the result.